we have the song that needs little to no introduction. It's Been So Long by the Goats over at the Living Tombstone. Let's check this out. Right off the bat, Living Tombstone, the Cartoon Stone, Cartoon Rockman. Living Tombstone's production is unmatched. It's off the charts. The samples are always so brain tingly. The levels of everything just hit really good. Ugh, it is so good. To me, this is like the Living Tombstone is to FNAF music as Nirvana is to grunge. They made the template. They wrote the ancient texts. They were there when the FNAF song was created. Everyone else adapted to it. But the Living Tombstone, from nothing, birth the entire formula. They are FNAF music. Now, all that's to say, we're probably going to have some comments about prosody, but there's good reason. Anyway. All the little, like, noises, the little, like, machine sounds. So, stop, get out of here. Listen. With all this anger, guilt, and sadness coming to haunt me forever. Oh, the melody chord progression there. Na da 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 na. I think that's going into the major second. Da, da, modulating into that major second. Ooh, it walks so good. You know, I'm gonna keep an acoustic nearby. B minor. Na, 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 na. It's the 2, but it modulates into the 2 very, very strongly. That note right there. Oh, so nice. Yeah. Living Tombstone's chord progressions are so good at holding your hand through an uncomfortable journey. It's such a mastery of chord progressions that are so unsettling, unorthodox, and yet the way you are led through it feels so natural. Ugh, amazing. Is this revenge I'm seeking, or seeking someone to avenge me? Stuck in my own paradox, I wanna set myself free. Okay, I gotta be harsher with the prosody. I have to go harder on the flow because I'm vibing to the instrumental too much and my bias is showing. Is this revenge I'm seeking? Is this revenge I am seeking? Is it revenge I'm seeking? There's a bunch of ways to do that because is this revenge I am seeking? It's a little forced. I think we didn't need the am. I think if you drop the am, that probably would have flowed a little more naturally. I definitely get the flipping and making the wordplay. Is it revenge I'm seeking or seeking someone to avenge me? I feel like if you said, is it revenge I'm seeking or someone to avenge me? Or if you did somehow, is it vengeance I'm seeking or someone to avenge me? I think that would have landed the same. But vengeance is a hard word. Stuck in my own paradox, I wanna set myself free. I mean, that one was fine. That was good. There's something about the weird timing of that actually makes it land really, really well. Maybe I should chase somebody before they try to stop it. Okay, there was a syllable that's like not even there. Maybe I should chase some. Maybe they filled it with the end of the D. Anyway, they put a syllable after the last letter of should. Maybe I should chase and find. Also starting the maybe a little bit earlier. So instead of maybe, but like, maybe I should just chase and find. Maybe, but like, maybe I should just chase and find. Before they somehow find me. Then you could have had your flip wordplay. But walk. Memes aside, that walk, fire. Is it the same chord progression? Oh. Oh, this note right here that wants to go into the second, fire. So that can be swapped out with it's been so long since last I've seen my son. Da 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 It's such a satisfying chord melody relationship. Okay, my biggest critique with this, lot of syllables jumbled in here. A big, loud hook like this wants to open up more. So let's see. Lost to the monster would have flowed. Lost to the monster. I think just because saying lost to the monster versus this monster. Ending something with S and then going into a hard consonant is gonna make you stumble, gonna make you trip up over a little bit. So lost to this monster, like this monster, it's almost making another syllable versus just lost to the monster. And I don't think the to and to the man behind the slaughter is necessary. I think it would have landed even more so to kind of disconnect those two thoughts. Because to say it like lost to the monster, the man behind the slaughter, like implying a little semicolon action, it's a little dramatic. It's a little edgy. Who doesn't like a little edging? To the monster, the man behind the slaughter. And then the little pause in there. Last I see my son lost to the monster, the man behind the slaughter. I think that would hit just a little bit harder. Would just come in a little more oomph in there. Okay, I've been singing this stupid song has so many syllables. I've sang this stupid song. I think that would have flowed and it wouldn't have forced so many words to need to be present. I sing this stupid song. Yeah, so yeah, it's just a lot of syllables. So. I sing this stupid song. I think that would just flow a little more easily. A Living Tombstone drop always vibes. Nothing to say. Nothing to say. Absolute banger.
Wish I lived in the present with the gift of my past mistakes, but the future keeps luring in like a pack of snakes.
Okay, a lot of fun words there.
I wish I lived in the present with the gift of my past mistakes.
Good.
The future keeps luring in like a pack of snakes.
Snake is just a tough thing to sing. The future keeps luring in like a pack of snakes is a little too, again, a little too wordy. The snake analogy is like, it doesn't feel exactly necessary. I would have said like, future keeps creeping in, now what's it take? A separate thought still conveying pain. I think that would have landed.
Keeps luring in like a pack of snakes.
Or at least say the future slithers in like a pack of snakes. Because then it's like, oh yeah, that sure does sound like something a pack of snakes would do. Wait, is a pack of snakes, is a group of snakes called a slither? Can we confirm that? What is a group of snakes called? Oh, a den pit. Okay, a den. Ooh, the future slithers in like a den of snakes? That would have gone hard, bro.
Sweet little eyes, your little smile is all I remember.
Okay, now we're having the opposite issue. Your sweet little eyes is not enough syllables. Sweetest would have kept that flow going. Your sweetest little eyes, your little smile
is all I remember.
And that one gets a little rush. I think apostrophe S-ing that is and making it like
your sweetest little eyes, your little smile's all I remember.
I think it would have been a little easier on the vocals.
Fuzzy memories mess with my temper. Justification is killing me.
It's a lot of work.
Isn't justified. What happened to my son? I'm terrified. It lingers in my mind and the thoughts keeps on getting big.
It lingers in my eyes, the thoughts just keep on getting big. Because you don't say and the thought, you say and the thought. So you kind of want thought to be on the one there. Lingers in my mind, the thoughts just keep on getting bigger. That's the biggest nitpick, and I think that's my thing with not just Living Tombstone songs, but like FNAF songs in general. A lot of times, I think a second or third rewrite of a lot of the sentences could have just been a little more easy phonetically to sing. Hearing someone criticize "It's been so long" is like being yelled at by a nice teacher. That's wild. Here's the thing, when I'm criticizing a song, even if I love the song, I think every song has something to criticize. My own stuff has a ton of stuff too. And it's Except for that song. That song's just a banger through and through. Like, no corrections needed. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, these are constructive criticisms, and these aren't even really directed at the artist because they didn't ask for it. This is more like, hey, this is my interpretation. These are just like my thoughts. These are my opinions. In the end, there is no wrong way for an artist to do it. If anything, it's like, this is what I would have done different. And it's subjective. Everyone has a different approach to art. I'm gonna have thoughts like this on everything just because I'm specifically looking for the thoughts on everything we look at. It could be a perfect S tier song. It's like, well, what would I have done different? Ooh, okay. Ooh, cool. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Oh, is that just how it ends? Okay. Very cool. Very cool. So that is It's Been So Long, FNAF 2 song by the Living Tombstone. If anyone's in this space with FNAF songs, everyone knows the Living Tombstone. Arguably one of the pioneers that paved the way for a lot of musicians to continue onward. They made the template. They wrote the books. Like, they got this shit locked in, dude. With that said, I'm gauging this as a combination of like, I'm gonna hold the Living Tombstone to a higher standard than a lot of these FNAF songs. These are musical geniuses making them. So in the scape of things, really stands on its own. Lyrically, without the context, again, it suffers the, we'll call it the lore syndrome. That's what we're gonna call it from now, lore syndrome, where if you don't have the lore, your experience may suffer. Lyrically, I really don't think this is gonna land. Maybe if you, God forbid, are a parent that like lost a child, that there's lyrics literally about that. But aside from that, it doesn't have a ton of net to cast as far as relatability. We suffer from Lorgma. That's it right there. But overall, even in the scape of the Living Tombstone's music, that's one of my favorite compositions I've heard from them. It's so good. The way those chord progressions walk around, all of it. I'm between an 8.5 and a 9. I think I'm gonna go 8.5. I think if one or the other flowed a little more with me, whether it's the Lorgma or the prosody, I think that would put it at a 9. But because there's both those things, I think we give it an 8.5. That feels good.